Hello and welcome to the channel. Right, I've loaded up the fire. Well, no, I had to clean it out. I had to clean it out. Socialists, yeah. Sadiq Khan should not be getting a knighthood. It's the last person. So, I had to clean the fire out. It was just the ash was really getting a big problem. So, what I'll do is we'll open the door and see if that gets it to come alive. Okay, so I've opened the door. So what's on the agenda today is clean air that you can't see. Oh, fucking bullshit. Clean air maps. You're joking. The guy's saying that Sadiq Khan's provided clean air. That's one thing he has not provided, is clean air. Part of the woke bullshit. Net zero nonsense. It doesn't look like it's going to burst. That one that I suppose I am a bit short of kindling is a bit of an issue. Yeah, it's a bit. I could really do with some some better kindling. I don't really have any. See if I can find something. Oh, it's away! It's away! It's away! It's away! Yay! It's away! That's how you do that, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries. That's how you do that. I've just showed you how to light a fire. So, well, I mean, it was getting a bit messy, and how I lit that was, I actually, if you look to your left, the ash is in there, and there was some of it was still embers. So I put the embers back in the log burner once I'd loaded the log burner and cleaned it out. The problem with that is that it does cause stour and dust. I have a metal bin, but it is outside at the moment and it's completely full. So I need to I usually take the metal objects out of it and recycle them, so I don't just chuck the ash directly into the. That's a right little funnel, that, isn't it? I don't chuck the ash directly into the landfill bin. There's people who say that you can put it in your garden and mix it in your garden, so maybe we should do that. But I don't really have any. Well, a bit down the side next to the fence, maybe, but. So that is properly going now, isn't it? I mean, that is impressive. As you can see, wood's too close to the glass. And I just clean it. I mean, I use oven cleaner or something. Just clean clean it every time you light it, every day. It would be better. So now I'm going to have to shut the door and shut the air down. It really is going properly now. So like last night, I had somebody came on the Facebook page about my objection to the battery storage facilities, and I just blocked this lady. I just couldn't be bothered arguing with her, and I think, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. She was coming away with. I could see that she just wasn't really up for listening to anything. She was just pushing her own. So one of the things she did say was, well, what she did ask was, what about the factory at Cowie? And so I should probably have answered her, but instead I couldn't be arsed and blocked her. I think it was just her attitude, and she was an SNP activist. So like, I'm not an activist for any political party. So what I've found on the Stirling page, you get SNP activists coming after you, and they all group together, and it's kind of like it's an ancient thing. As human beings, we don't like being the outsiders, but unfortunately, in that there I am an outsider. So basically, this is the weird thing, is what they do, the SNP activists, or any type of activist, is they sort of perpetuate whatever they're told. So lo and behold, it turns out that they fundamentally disagree with me, but there's no debate about that. There's no. All it is, well, we've been told. So the SNP with the Greens are pushing the net zero stuff. Same with the Labour Party. So they're pushing wind farms, battery storage facilities, solar farms, electric vehicles. They're pushing all that. It's a really weird thing, because the supporters of the SNP they're going to suffer from all these things, because predominantly supporters of the SNP are lower down the social hierarchy in Scotland. They're not necessarily, but a lot of them are. I don't even want to say who they are, but they're lower down the social hierarchy, and they don't have the money, and they are being used from a globalist movement, techno-feudalism, which is to take over our democracy ultimately, probably, and have us enslaved if we aren't already there already. The damage has already been done to a certain extent. So I've got these people. So this woman's saying, what about the factory at, it's called West Fraser now. Well, the thing about the factory is the factory's already been built. I mean, it was built in the 70s. So it's built, it's used, whatever land it used, I don't know if it was farmland, it must have been. I don't know, it might have been wooded area, I don't know. It was the early 70s it was built. So it's already been built. So the point is a bit of a moot point, it's like, well. So I kind of thought I'm dealing with somebody who's not that bright, So basically, obviously, the factory in Cowie provides jobs in central Scotland. It makes materials for house building, whereas the battery storage facility is not going to make any jobs. It might give work to the fire brigade, yeah, but it's not. I mean, how many jobs are going? It's a maintenance job. There's nobody going to work there. It's just going to be there, isn't it? It's going to be made in China and put in a field, what is a field at the moment, using government subsidy. So our taxpayers' money is going to pay for it. So really, there isn't really any, so what's the solution? Shut down, so that the chemicals or pollution at West Fraser has been proved to be within acceptable limits by the High Court in Edinburgh. So there isn't really it's just a typical. So the SNP sort of local councillor, or well, I think he's independent now, but they were pushing for a sort of they were wanting people to demonstrate against that factory at Cowie, and there was moves to that effect, and it's like it's because that's what they do. I mean, I think it's fundamentally wrong. So I'm not affiliated to any political party, unlike that woman, and most of them lot, they're SNP activists, and the SNP have been obviously are in the pockets of the Scottish Greens. That's how they held power for the last few years, and unfortunately we now have a Labour government. So the tyranny continues. So it's just that thing, that I just couldn't be bothered talking to her, and I blocked her. So I think it's because I didn't see her. So you've got to think about it on a personal level. Well, wait a minute, but I'm not doing this on a personal level, so maybe I should have not blocked her and found the information that I've already written up about West Fraser and the factory, and just pasted that bit, and then they could have laughed at it all day long, but at least they'd have been able to see it. So I don't really see it as being a connection. It's like, oh, you can't. What's going on in that little brain of hers? What's her name? Nancy Kelly. I felt it was a wee bit like a little terrier coming up barking at me, bang, 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 and it was like pointless engaging, So that's the fire going. It's been going from right. So we can shut the door now. Yeah. I'm quite pleased with that, actually. So I mean, there's no point not having it going. I mean, it's got up this morning. It's cold. It is cold. But I've got central heating on here. But once you get the log burner, you get used to a certain amount of heat. So it's just hard to really cope any other way. So that's all the ash in there, and that metal thing. Obviously, you have to be aware that things can catch fire. I just banged my knee against the. So that was still hot, and the bits off there was what got it going. Got to get that lot in there. So it's one of these mornings. It's one of these. I've got a habit of putting like music on when I go to bed, and I'll leave it on, and it's probably not a good idea because it stays on to about 2 or 3 in the morning, and it's probably not shutting my mind down. So you can get an argument. All you need to do is go on Facebook and get one. Arguing about log burners. Yeah. So. Talking about CO2. Steve Briggs. Scientific evidence. See, we're on a log burner page. You know, that's what I have a log burner, so we're on a log burner chat. So you get these people that. So the Daily Mail. You know, you either be one or the other. You know what I mean? You can't. So you've got these strange people. This guy. This guy here, he says, why are people who have stoves always in denial about this? I have a stove, I use it responsibly, but I acknowledge this is an issue. Well, get rid of the fucking thing then, if you think it's an issue. You know? Get rid of it. So it's like, oh, it's kind of like, it's that thing, oh, I'm a human being, I acknowledge I'm an issue. Well, why don't you just fucking, you know, pulp yourself? This is what it all comes down to with this green stuff. It's all this kind of, and it really is a kind of twisted form of NIMBYism, yeah. Yeah, it's fucking. Right, so the thing that I was talking about was before we got into a new argument. I think we've got potential arguments going here with this guy, Steve. They're all called Steve. Steve Biggs. You know, so he's talking about the harmful pollution that wood burners cause. You know, it's like, well, the PM 2.5 particulates that go out of the chimney. So he's getting serious, this guy, so I have to take my time on this one because he started with all this stuff. See all that there? Gross CV, emission factor. So that type of person, not me. Studied at Göttingen University. You have to set up your game when you're chatting, because the other guy, Steve Hind, he seems a bit of a dumpling. He doesn't really, but this guy, he started chucking out CO2 emission factors and everything. So you need to present your argument. If you show any weakness or anything, he'll just tear it apart, you know. So I have to take a bit more time in answering like him, and I'll answer him later on today. And the other thing about somebody like him, what he'll typically do is, we'll maybe go into a prolonged argument, and he'll eventually just stop. He'll just disappear, or he'll go. A lot of them, the dirty tricks they do, they go and delete their comments if I'm showing them to be wrong, or well, if they lose face whatsoever, they can do all sorts of dirty tricks. But right, okay, right. So what I'm talking about is this page here. So Old Sterling page. So I'm not getting any support from these people. There are all, I would say they're Nats, Scottish nationalists, yeah. So there's a lady came on last night, her name's Nancy Kelly, and she laughed at everything I said, right? Liked everything the other guy said. Almost. And then asked me two questions, and one was, what about West Fraser? She said, what about the factory at Cowie? And there was some other question. It was a stupid thing she made. I can't remember what it was, but it was dumb. And I just couldn't be arsed with it. I blocked her. But we're not really talking about the factory at Cowie. We're talking about battery storage facility that they're planning on building in a farmer's field. She contested it was 3 miles. That's what it was. I don't know. I looked it up. I think it might be 4 miles from Stirling. I'm not sure. It's 1 mile from Plean, the battery storage facility. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's like, well, okay. So she wanted to pick a fight with me over the distance from Stirling from Plean, because Plean is the same distance from Stirling as what the battery storage facility is, probably more or less. And I think it could be 4 miles, maybe. So like, okay, so it's fine then. If it's 4 miles, oh, we're all right, eh? The fire will not reach Stirling. Well, might be true, yeah. It's certainly going to reach Plean, you know. And this guy himself, this David Bailey, actually, his industry website is admitting that there's a 3% chance of that fucking thing catching fire. You know? Is that worth taking that chance? So the whole fundamental issue with this is it's in a farmer's field less than 4 miles from Stirling and Falkirk and Denny and 1 mile from Plean. That is the issue. So if you've got a power station somewhere, you know, that is not right next to Stirling, Plean, Falkirk. And these things are getting put up down the country. They're getting put in the Scottish borders, Wales, England, north of England. They're getting put up in the northeast of Scotland, up north of Scotland, near Lairg. These things are getting put everywhere, and they are dangerous, and it's a stupid, pointless waste of our money. It's the dirtiest, stupidest, most expensive route to net zero, and that's what they're doing. And then they're going to land up replacing them with modular nuclear reactors anyway. So, right. So I've got a comment in, okay, it's 5435, community. This is a bit of a weird comment. I don't actually know how to answer this. I think it's slightly narcissistic. Educational video, how not to split logs, exclamation mark. Well, I did say you do get experts if you're talking about logs or anything like that, splitting logs. You know, but, well, the logs, how not to split logs. It's like, is this guy being serious? I mean,
hello and welcome to this log splitting session.
Oh, right, that was an earlier one that I did. The one with when I bumped my leg was a better one.
Like that.
I said 235 views. What I'll do, I'm just wondering how to deal with this guy. What I'll do is I'll post him a link for the other one. That's what I'll do. And that's an answer of types, isn't it? I mean, it's working for me. So he thinks it's how not to split logs, but you know, at the end of the day, I'm not a lumberjack, and I'm not a log splitter. I'm just me, and I'm doing what's best for me, and that thing's full. You know, so I'm doing it. You know, I procured all that wood. I'm keeping my house warm. You know, so yeah, it's probably not the best way to do it. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get a link from the other video. I didn't actually realise what video I was talking about, but if we go into content, so that's that one there is a better one. I think it's a better video. What's the start of this? Shug the Horny Haggis commented on it, and I thank you for that anyway, Shug. But he sort of, I think he noticed this bit.
Incompetent is easy for me.
Incompetence. Incompetencia. See? That was fucking sore. I tripped over. That's still sitting there yet, that bloody log. It's been sitting there because it's too big. And then the cone thing goes wrong as well.
Just how easy it is to...
The cone on the head trick. That one, the old... So, I mean, it's like, kind of like, what is it like? It's like clowning around. So I kick it, and the figuring falls apart.
Fuck the cone.
I didn't know that plastic degraded so quickly. Oh, it might be quite an old cone, eh? See? So, it works for me, you know. It works for me, I get by with it. You know, is there a better way? Probably aye, but so what? Right, so what we'll do, we'll copy that. Copy. I'm trying to learn how to deal with people. It's a weird thing because it's just that should really be a capital T, shouldn't it? Yeah, okay. Right, cap lock, because I'm on one hand here. Right, so that way I've invited the guy to look at another video, and he might take his narcissistic little head along and look at it. Simon Leaves talking to me yesterday. Yeah, we're talking about. I really need to get in the studio, but we're talking about the Ford Escort, the doily on it. Alright, let's see it anymore. There's nothing there. So it's a Turner prize. Turner prize. These Chunel updates just... So, Scots artist Jasleen Kaur... yeah, wins Turner prize. You know, and... To me, instantly... Turner Prize engulfed by anti-Israel rage, genocide. You know, you've got Turner Prize engulfed by anti-Israel rage as winner makes genocide speech. You know, you've got... This is insane. I mean, I haven't even looked into this that much. I haven't. Scottish artist Jasleen Kaur wins Turner Prize. I've put a giant doily on a Ford Escort. Scottish artist, oh aye, she's Scottish, is she? Has won the 2024, well, she's not really Scottish. So a giant dolly, I'm Scottish, over a Ford Escort. The youngest artist was nominated for work titled Altar, which was displayed at Tramway in Glasgow and several other sculptures and soundscapes. The striking one of the Ford Escort was partially covered in a giant white doily. Happy Valley actor James Norton, Tate Britain on Tuesday. Ceremony held at Tate Britain. The 5 jury members chose Kaur for her ability to gather different voices through unexpected, playful combination of material, from iron brew to family photographs and a vintage Ford Escort, locating moments of resilience and possibility. The buzzwords, resilience. Kaur's exhibition features worship, bells, Sufi Islamic so she gathered different voices, so long as they're not Jewish. Indian harmonium tunes and pop records. I'd like to see this actually. Scottish pound notes, long meal scarf and fruit parcels hanging above. Timely issues speaking majorly to how we might live together in a world marked by nationalism and division. Wow. She was born in Glasgow but lives and works in London. Later used her speech to advocate for the people in Palestine. Protesters outside gathered after an open letter urged the Tate to cut ties. Right, she said that through Altar, she wanted to echo the calls of the protesters outside who had gathered after an open letter urged the Tate to cut ties with organisations complicit in what the UN and ICJ are finally getting close to saying is a genocide of the Palestinian people. Maybe I'm a bit jealous, you know, maybe that's why. I mean, maybe I'm a bit jealous, yeah. Is that it? No, I don't think so. Striking one with a Ford Escort was partly covered in a giant white doily. So she got a grant to buy a Ford Escort. I think it's a cabriolet. Yeah, it is. It's a cabriolet. An air edge. See, I would have had... The number plate would have had a significance as well. I don't know if it does, or is that the number plate was on the car. And that was like an opportunity to have a message on that number plate. Oh my god. But to me, it's like the Turner Prize. It's just Oh, fucking hell. Damien Hirst, Anish Kapoor, Sir Steve McQueen, 1999, filmmaker. Brad Cartwright Hall, Art Gallery, Mountain, 20th Turner's birth. 250th anniversary. I mean, the Turner Prize. See, you can actually... Turner, yeah. I just remembered who that was. And it's like, you know, he was up on top of masts fucking painting ships. You know, that was real sort of art skill. I've got my mechanic friend. Right, okay, we're going to get going then. We'll look at the fire and then end this channel update. It's starting to take too long. Oh, it's 31 minutes. Oh, it's dragged on a bit. Right, my mechanic friend said to me, and I don't know if he was winding me up, he said to me, why would you need to, because I had to have a higher English to get my art degree. He actually said, why would you need English to be an artist? And I just sort of, because I didn't want to fall out with him, I just sort of like agreed with him. Well, I didn't agree with him, I just sort of didn't really say anything. But how daft is that? I mean, it's like, he just thinks that artists paint pictures. When you see that Ford Escort with a doily on it, and you think about Turner painting this... I'm not even an art expert, but I've got visions of the ship getting dragged up the Thames to get dismantled. You know, that's what I'm thinking of in my head. And then, you know, the energy and dedication that Turner put into his paintings. Is it paintings? Yes, it is. And then somebody can just get an old Ford Escort, shove a doily on it, and then start ranting about Palestine. You know, so you need to so this notion that my mechanic friend has, that he doesn't understand why you need higher English to be an artist or to get an art degree, is just like, it shows you how deeply out of touch he is with what's actually happened in the art world. But I also like to have an open mind. I'd like to go and see that Ford Escort with the doily on it. Right, so that's the end of this. Thanks for watching. It's taken too long. I usually like keeping them about 20 minutes. Thanks for watching. Bye! Please like and subscribe.